Abushafo me sanso mo wi akwa abasonko pa esabe ye Tati TV. Me so subscribe to Tati TV, like, comment, your comment section. We so over click on the notification button for more news update. Since some documents be trending, and then Hobson is the one behind that book. Ono and asisia oma a whole explanation to sema ewo Agyapade documents anymore. Na when I'm so ama wakeka keka ama ato nipa binum asum se His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo amemo a obema 4 years amemo no ankoye to say former president Mr. John Dramani Mahama edie na sisia no wakeka na former president John Dramani Mahama yenso yeni say any little chance a obinya no ono de odebeye propaganda to say the fa nurses no yenya recruit nurses bebre na no nebusafo any little chance a former president John Dramani Mahama obenya bia no na de propaganda just say ensem bebre na anana or the propaganda. And then propaganda a key to NDC4 and the way our money man very very unique. When I'm so our reply His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo over that Agyapade documents say Ghana for and her book in so na nyame adema on 7th of December 2024 omonto aba no Mr. John Dramani Mahama because I was a worrying and panel. I don't pay. I was on a super count. 4 years na no, na Ghana for friend incompetent Mahama. But yes, Agyapade book way a buy a hopes in any adaje Emma explanation to and some do MP before I will booking him no. To say a broad journey so in penny 40-33 in here finina Eddie was a book way Agyapade documents no. Na former president wa reply His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo say ebishafo sebi ebia odwa nanum say oba Ghana ono na abaye Ghana ye but there be entisa ono mom ana aba be say Ghana yekotie sem ni bia former president Mr. John Dramani Mahama ede tuja by Mr. subscribe to Tati TV, like, comment, your comment section. Yes, click on the notification button for more news updates.
Somebody says, I have only 4 years, and that person has the opportunity for 8 years. A good leader in 4 years can do much more than a bad leader in 8 years. Recently, there was an issue about a document called Agyapade. They said it's fabricated. But even we launched our campaign on the 27th of July. That was last Saturday. And we immediately decided that we will fan out in different directions. As you know, Nana Jane is in Central Region and has started her campaign there. And I decided to come home to Upper East to come and start my campaign here. And I chose Boko. And I chose my home Boko as the first port of call. And so this morning we're starting the national campaign here in Boko. We've already gone indoors and spoken to my father, the Boko Nabra, and we've discussed a few issues, but there are a few issues that I think that I should say publicly so that we all are on the same wavelength. On 7th December, we have the opportunity to go and vote in both the presidential and parliamentary elections. That is the beauty of democracy. It gives us every 4 years the opportunity to make a change. And I do think that on 7th December, Ghanaians are going to vote for change. They're going to vote for change for several reasons. The first being that we need to send a signal both to the country and to the international community that we are not satisfied and happy with what is going on in Ghana. A a vote for NPP again will be a vote for a third term for Nana Akufo Addo. And it will send a signal to the rest of the world that we are happy, we are satisfied with what has gone on over the last 8 years. I've met several investors, and all of them are saying they are waiting to see the results of the election before they come and invest their money here in Ghana. And so we should not make a mistake with this particular election. It is an election like no other. The stakes are the highest. It will determine the future of our country. The second is we need to hold this government accountable for the hardship, the crisis that they've subjected Ghana to, for the state capture that they have implemented in Ghana over the last 8 years. Buying every state property, buying all the government lands, amassing wealth to themselves. Recently there was an issue about a document called Agyapade3. They said it's fabricated. But even if it's fabricated, the implementation is not fabricated. Because everything that is written in that document has been implemented. So if really somebody sat and fabricated that document, then the person can really read the minds of people. Because how they could have written that document and read the minds of Nana Akufo Addo and his family, that this is what they were going to do, that person is a proper creative writer. Because everything in that document has been implemented. And so the implementation cannot be fabricated. So they must be held accountable. And that is why Nana Addo says he will not hand over to John Dramani Mahama. Because he knows that when I come, I'll hold he and his family and his government accountable for what they have done. And so, they want their vice president to take over from them so that he can come and cover their backs. It is not going to happen. NDC is going to win the election, and those who have made the people of Ghana suffer by misappropriating the wealth of the people, by abusing their office, will be held accountable for what they have done. But I'm always quick to add that when we come into government and we appoint people into office under our government, the same measure that we met out to the outgone MPP administration is the same measure we shall deal with our own people in our government if they do the same thing that the MPP has done. And so I want all of us to turn out in our numbers and vote. There's a mop-up exercise that is currently going on, and so those who still haven't had the opportunity to register, this is your last chance, because as far as I know, this is the last time the Electoral Commission is going to open the register before we go for elections. And so for the young people who are 18 and above who still haven't had the opportunity, please take advantage of it. It's just a 3-day exercise. I think this is the third day, or the third day. And so this is your last opportunity today to go and register so that you can vote. There are many issues that have been raised by Bokunaba. One is the issue of the government hospital in Boko. If you remember, in 2016, it was a major campaign promise that if NDC won the election, we will build a first-class government hospital in Boko so that you don't have to travel. So that you don't have to travel to Bolga and to Tamale to seek medical care. There is a hospital we're building in Garu, which unfortunately has been abandoned. I can assure the people of Garu that when we come, we'll continue and finish that hospital too, so that they can have access to modern healthcare facilities. There are many projects that we were working on that unfortunately have stalled. I remember I cut the sod for the start of the Bolga Boku Pulmakon Road sometime in 2015. We expected that that road would have been completed today. As of now, the contractor has left site and the road has been abandoned. I can assure you, and I assured my father Bokunaba, that when we come, we'll tackle that road and finish it. We also Professor Mills conceptualized the idea of the Eastern Corridor project, and we started it in the time of Professor Mills. I came and I continued it and did the segment between Nakwanduri and Otidamanko. There's another segment from Nakwanduri all the way through to Kulungungu. That segment has not been started yet. I can assure you when we come, depending on the availability of resources, and we will prioritize that road, we will complete the Eastern Corridor Road so that it will make it easier to move from here to the south. I also cut sod to start the Tamni irrigation project, and we didn't complete before we left. We finished phase 1. This government continued it very slowly, but still it has not been done. This project will bring about 3,000 hectares of land under irrigation so that our young people can do dry season gardening. They can do all year round gardening so that they don't have to go down south to look for menial jobs. And so when we come, we'll finish